you're trying to explain, I'll be zipping up my suitcase. Yeah. While you're trying to explain, I'll be zipping up my suitcase. While you're trying to explain, I'll be zipping up my suitcase. Put yourself in Jesus' hands and grandma's hands.
On the first day in Tokyo, I got up, put on Japanese TV.
他に忘れたことでも
My favorite part was the ads, because they were just the craziest. Like, there was bubble riding and weird sound effects. It was all like, it was the best. So getting up, we got up, went outside, and it's like, whoa. I had my jacket on and long pants, and even with all that, and it was just freezing. And I was excited, but I wasn't like jumping up and down excited like I normally would be. But I think it was just settling into like a new country. A new country, The friendly hospitality around here is just great. We were walking down and I was a bit bored just walking, and Dad's like, oh, there's a shrine. I'm like, whoa. The curved edges of the shrines were like my favorite. Like, I just thought of like a karate dojo, and there was like a beautiful footpath to like a garden with like all the curly trees, like almost like big bonsais. We did buy a little bit of candy. I got what you call a crunky. About to get my crunk on. You might be able to see in the video this. I said it was like a soft Kit Kat. That's crunky. Like a soft Kit Kat. You have a photo.
Distinct Japanese flavour, of course. And the chocolate. Japanese cows.
So day 2, we went down to the train station because we had to get in our Regal Pass. We were walking down kind of like the subway, but with no trains, just like under where all the trains went over, and it was like a mayhem maze. Like, you'd just see people going everywhere. Like, you could never not see a person. You could never see less than 15 people. Just walking through, and we were just asking rail pass exchange. They'd like point in the direction, we'd go that way, find another person. And after like ages, getting to the train, getting to the station, we finally got to the place. After everything, do you have your passports? And we left them back in this hotel, and my dad was just like, are you kidding me? Like, it makes sense. Like, you need ID. But we had to go all the way back through all the mayhem, at least to get to the train, to get back here. We had on like 2 trains, go all the way back to the hotel. But before we actually got there, we were just like, we're not going straight back. We got some donuts from Mr. Donuts. See what kind of donuts in there. There was like these twirled up ones and square ones, and just insane. We went to Harajuku, which was like the best thing so far in Tokyo. Went out and it was just like there were like massive yellow trees, and this was like the city, kind of like the Brisbane part. It was massive. There was like almost like markets going on. This is a Totoro bag. Yeah, it was just mayhem. We walked across this crossing, as you see in like New York and in some movies or something. It was like markets. It's crazy. Everyone's selling things, like, and it was just insanity. And I looked around the corner, and I'm like, Dad, look! And there were like ice cream cones. They're called crepes. And if you want to see more on YouTube, Andy Milanakis, you know him. And, well, most of you do anyway. On Andy's Hungry Voyage, on one episode, he's eating one of these crepes and he's going, oh.
2 of those. Strawberry cheesecake, let me get 3 of them.
Anyway, so we see them like, oh, that's it, that's the thing, that's the thing. So we got one. It was just like these like waffle kind of cones, and it wasn't cones. It was like soft, really thin waffles, and you just bite in, and it was like.
Agnes, if you're watching this, you took way too long cutting that cake.
Chocolate ice cream, banana, chocolate sauce, whipped cream.
Sam, you need to invest in these, bro.
Yeah.
Again, just so much sugar. Yeah, I'd recommend if you were an introvert, on the introvert side, I wouldn't decide to go to Tokyo, Japan. Because, yeah, Harajuku is just... I just made the most perfect paper plane in my career. Alright, people, we're trying to find Donkey Hotel.
And across from the Donkey Hotel is...
A video game arcade, people. So we're in an arcade in Japan and we're about to play Street Fighter. Come on, what are we waiting for?
Maybe we won't fake it. Find a way to wear it. Living like we don't wanna be. Maybe we'll find heaven. Maybe we'll forget it. Find a way to make it. Living like we don't wanna be. Like we wanna be. Like we don't wanna be. Fly away, don't fly away.
Okay, so we're just on the tour with all our tour people. We're just following all these people to the train station, and then from there we'll go to the train onto a bus. From the bus we'll go to the Ghibli Museum. So getting to Ghibli was just another thing to tick off the bucket list. And the Ghibli clock tower. The staff at Ghibli preferred if we didn't film, so we had to be a bit sneaky. On the top floor was this giant life-size cat bus of the original film Totoro. The staff were very lovely and asked me to help with the younger kids on the cat bus. We were so hungry after the tour, we just had to try this awesome ramen.
Oh yeah, sesame. Oh, that's hot. That'll be good.
You okay? The ramen came out in this ridiculously huge bowl. And mine was on this board all set out. Looked incredible.
Bye.
Yeah, we really enjoyed that time together. It was nice and calm. Alright, here we are, people, in Tokyo Disneyland, just to see what awaits us. Splash Mount, one of the most scariest rides I've ever been on. Think like the Viking flume in SeaWorld. We were going through and it was really dark and we just go down this thing. Like it wasn't the main one. Like the plunge, there's a little one and then the big one. And then we finally got to the top and I'm just like, oh my god! Ah! I just screamed to high heaven and then we went down. And after that I just laughed. It was fun. There's the Disney castle. Disneyland was the place to let your imagination run wild, and I sure did. You know how there's like a few popcorn and ice cream stands, and there was also a smoked turkey stand, which was like the best. Like the skin of it was just, you're eating like a carnivore, but you just like, and you're just getting all the goodness. It's so yum. Another cool thing we saw was this massive Christmas parade with all the Disney characters like Snow White, Beauty and the Beast, Frozen, Toy Story, and they blocked off all the streets because they were like on big, kind of like walking boats almost. This is like the Christmas tree of all Christmas trees. After a huge day at Disneyland, we had to try something different. Disney Sea, which is right next door to Disneyland. Like, there was a massive volcano, like just smoking, like it wasn't real, but walking across the bridge to where all the rides were and stuff. We even took a few videos to show our friends. It was just that moment where we were just like, what is this thing? Like, because Tokyo's been the best thing in the world for me. Like Disney Sea, this was probably above like the best day of my life, you know?
Let's get it.
Really?
No.
Just being with Dad was a great time to really find out what life was all about, like an exploration season. I learnt a lot about love, kindness, and fun. What's your favourite ride so far?
Storm Rider, you shoot this big missile into the storm and it blows up the storm.
The idea of it is so good, and you can't understand a word because it's in Japanese, but like you need to try it if you ever go to Disney Sea. Find Storm Rider, grab a fast pass if you can, go to it. It was like one of the top 3 best rides. Another great ride, probably the top 3, maybe the first, was called the Indiana Jones ride, Temple of the Crystal Skull. It was the coolest ride. So we had a fast pass for the Indiana Jones ride, so we skipped, we were like filming all the people as we were walking with our tickets. Just there was a fast pass line and a standby line. It's just fast pass, standby, and the car went through like the main part, like most of the main parts of the movie. There's this one part where it's like talking Japanese and you go out and the car stops and there's just this skull. It's like, and it blows just like fire, smoke. It's going and you just have to scream. And the climax of the ride is where your car's just speeding and it just stops and you see Indiana Jones hanging from the rope. The massive stone balls just rolling towards him and you're just like, ah! It's just getting closer and closer and you're under it. And there's Indiana Jones with the big stone behind him and it's all patched up and he's all good with his cool whip. And he's just sitting there like, oh, Ashimoto, oh yeah, like good ride. It was such a life-changing experience, and the finale was all about not giving up and believing in yourself and changing the world and all of that stuff.
That's right, monorail!
Monorail, monorail, monorail. Got my walking shoes on. I can't tell you where.
Last day in Japan, gonna really miss it. It's a bit sad, but we woke up bright and early this morning, had like the biggest breakfast in the world. Thanks to Noriko and the best Airbnb ever. That's what I'm talking about. Being in this traditionally awesome Japanese home felt like an epic little dojo. It was such a cold night in Sanmu. It came down to 1 degree Celsius, but we met this lovely couple called Scott and Noriko, and Scott's American and Noriko's Japanese, but she's beautiful and they're very lovely people. They helped us get into our house and they comforted us a lot. We went down to the park and played on the playground and on the swings and a flying fox and went down in the Totoro tunnels. I just found a Totoro tunnel. So we fed the fish, and in the park there was like the biggest pond ever. They were like this big, like no joke, and they were orange and brown and white, and they were just beautiful, like almost like an imagination fish. Like it was amazing. Throw in a piece of bread. It was the best. I really loved those fish, and we had a great time at the pond. We found this like gigantic slide and it was like the best fun. What made it so fast is it had these little wheels on it. Well, they weren't wheels, they were like long wheels. They were really long and metal and they spin as you go down. Like at the airport. You see them at the airport when you're putting all your luggage through on those little trays then. So yeah, that was like one of the highlights of today. So we came back from the park, and Noriko has like a gigantic pottery studio, and it was lots of fun there. There's a little pedal that you push down with your foot, and you'd position your hands, put your thumbs in, and like I made a bowl and a cup, and my hands were really dirty, but it was great fun. I really loved that about the day.
We have had a great time in Japan. We're going back to Australia. So, say goodbye now. Bye-bye, Japan.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching our awesome Japan Tokyo video. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe, and tell me how it went in the comments. Hope you loved it. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.